we want to talk about the VNL rosters here. Are we going to do men? You want to do men and women for the USA?
Yeah, I think we should do women first because I think it'll be
100%.
quicker. There's not really all that much to talk about here. So just to set the stage for VNL rosters, you guys already talked about this, you and Dan on the podcast the other day, as for like in the world, kind of looking at all the world rosters on the men's side, like notable omissions, notable inclusions, and then you did the show for Canada. So we'll focus on the USA rosters here
Yeah, let's
here
do
this
that.
evening. So USA women, reigning VNL champions, reigning Olympic champions, they've won everything there is to win. They've just tried to fill a couple of holes. So they lose Feluke Akinradawa to retirement. They lose Jordan Larson to retirement. And they lose Michelle Barch-Hackley to semi-retirement.
National team retirement.
Yeah, I think she's done with the national team. And I know she's taken a break from club. She might not even play club next year. So we'll see what happens with her career. Kim Hill retired. We knew that. But other than that, they're bringing back all the Olympians. So you've got Haley Washington, Shaka Bogu, and then up and coming Dana Retke in the middle for this foreseeable future. Micah Hancock, Jordan Poulter, Lauren Carlini setting for the foreseeable future.
Carlini's back. Interesting.
Yeah, Carlini's back in the mix. You got Catherine Plummer, who wasn't on the Olympic team, but obviously she's the next big thing. You've got who else at the outside is high in my depth chart?
See that's
Kelsey Robinson is still around. She gets slept on a lot. Danny Drews, a couple younger players. Danny Drews, Cara Bayama, Ali Franti, who had a good season in Chieri, Maddie Kingdon, who played for THY. That Sarah Wilhite, like that's the one hole. Like who's that second outside hitter going to be? Because they're obviously going to build around Catherine Plummer for the future. I think it'll be Kelsey Robinson. I think that lineup of
probably
Poulter. Let's go with Poulter, Washington, Ogbogu, Plummer, Robinson, Justine Wong Arantes, and then either opposite. So either Annie Drews or Jordan Thompson. That's a VNL winning lineup right there.
I think so?
Yeah, I do. I think that this team has winning Volleyball Nations League as their main goal. And it's not quite the same as last year, having like come back from such a layoff and having to look to the Olympics. They'll get some young people in the mix, but with the way the world rankings are now, like you can't play the B team all the time in VNL. I think Karch is going to come out and try and win this tournament. And some of the new faces will help, but I think that's kind of the core for the future. You've got the three setters. You got Retke coming in the middle. You got Plummer coming in on the left side. You might need to develop maybe one other or two other like Olympic caliber or Olympic backup caliber outside hitter player. But this USA team is ready to go back and win this tournament again. I really think so.
I don't disagree with that. I am foreseeing like a bit of a lack of leadership, especially without Akinradawa. However you say her.
Akinradawa, Larson, Barch-Hackley. Yeah, I agree that they're going to need to have a player step up to be that character,
and I just don't know who to be. Yeah, exactly. Plus, on the same side, like Jordan Poulter is on this roster, but is she 100% healthy? Right? She was ultimately the starting setter for them at the Olympics. Like, is bringing Lauren Carlini back into that fold a good idea?
Sure.
Right? We've maybe there's some resentment after being left off the Olympic squad in the first place. I mean, I know we're going to talk about it on the men's side, how there's some players who aren't really there, but
I think that affects the men a lot more than it affects the women. I think the program and the culture that Karch has built is a lot more resistant to any of that dramatic garbage than the men's is.
Mm-hmm. But ultimately for me on the left side, like you're saying that Catherine Plummer needs to be the P1. We've seen her struggle being that P1 position this year in Canigliano, right? We've seen her really struggle taking on a big load for them. And ultimately she's still doing it as their second option. So for me, like Jordan Larson was always just an outlet. And you knew that she was there, and you know that she was dependable. But
she was never the kind of outlet that an Egonu or a Hack or a Boskovic are, and she never had to be.
Absolutely not.
This is how USA wins games. It's how we won the Olympics, with balance. Every one of the five attackers is a threat all the time. There is no defined outlet. We don't have that opposite that demands that kind of a set load. We have two of them who demand like half that level of a set load. Like neither Annie Drews nor Jordan Thompson are going to get 60 balls a game the way Hawk and Egonu and Boskovic do. Like that's just not the way USA is built. So you never have to have a player take over a game like some of those national teams who build around that one opposite do. You don't have that on the USA. That's not how the system works.
Yeah, but still, we've seen Plummer like disappear at times. Like she's been very hot and cold.
She's like
Um,
24. Give her a break, dude. Like,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that like I don't know how. Like if we're talking specifically for this VNL, like I'm not talking about is she going to be an all-time player. I'm not talking about can she lead this team to a world championship in the fall. I'm talking about strictly VNL, right? And exactly, she is a young player, so she does have to learn that. She does have to learn to be that number one, that P1 at this level. So that's what I'm saying.
and
In this situation, I think that there's going to be a little bit of learning, and it's going to be interesting to watch.
I think you should remember back to last year's VNL, where Catherine Plummer was one of the best young players in that tournament and played so well in the minutes she was given that she really made an argument for herself to be included on the Olympic team, even with Barch, Larson, Kim Hill, Kelsey Robbins, like even with those players who had been there before. Catherine Plummer played so well in the national team system last year that she really made a great case for herself to go to Tokyo. She didn't. But now with so many of those players off the top of the depth chart, this outside hitter position is hers for the next 10 years if she can sustain her level. And she really does succeed in that system as most American players do. Karch has built a system that really gets the best out of people, and I have a lot of faith in Plummer this summer.
That is true. The national team system is inherently different than the club system,
Completely.
and the national team game is so much more specific, and so much more well researched than the club game, where maybe physicality, athleticism, and overall skill are much higher a higher value than the team game. I
Good
mean,
point.
ultimately, I think the USA is always going to be a threat. They're always going to be a medal threat, especially as being the number one team in the world right now. They just have a little bit of changes, and I'm interested to see how it goes for you guys.
Yeah, me too. And they will be hosting, but I will not be there. I will try my best not to watch and not support that garbage of a hosting site as best I can. We had somebody in the Discord. Oh my God, this blew my mind. Somebody in the Discord who bought tickets to go see VNL in Shreveport, Bossier City, Louisiana. And it was like $80 a ticket with fees for terrible seats. What are
Yeah,
we doing? What are we doing here? You're trying to get people out to such just a garbage hole of a town, and then you're going to charge them that much? God, USA Volleyball, get it together, man.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what the ticket prices are like in Ottawa. I'm sure they're going to be somewhat decent. Um, I mean, but
It's going to be
yeah,
such a
it's
better
it's
viewing experience in every way in Ottawa. I
the
can't wait.
and Ottawa's done it for like a number of years
Yeah,
now,
I know. You've
right?
done it
And
before.
like that stadium specifically, they love bringing in volleyball, and it's going to be fun. We'll see if Volleyball Canada, actually promoted it and sold any tickets. Haven't really seen anything from them. There's been a couple of
Uh,
Instagram posts, maybe a post on the website. That's about it. But yeah, we've talked about it before. Big swing and a miss by the USAV of putting the defending Olympic champions somewhere like that. Why not put them in SoCal? Why not put them in Chicago? Why not put them in Madison Square Garden? You
oof.
know, like shoot for the stars, not for the boonies. Like that's exactly what's happening right now. Like
I love that.
everything about volleyball is just so mid, and this is exactly like this is the exact situation to show that.
This is worse than mid. God, so bad. All
Yeah.
right, let's talk about the men.